Today in school, we were playing a game during like a break called 8 Square. It's a variation of a game that you might know called 4 Square. If you don't know, you can look it up. But part of this game is that we have a ball. We have to hit the ball in other people's squares. And this ball is like required to play the game. We need a ball to play the game. If we don't have a ball, then we cannot play the game. But there were some people that were trying to be really annoying. So they kept taking the ball from us. They kept taking the ball from us. And we didn't want the ball to be taken. I don't know of anyone in the game who wanted it to be taken except one person that was actually helping them take the ball. And we found it very annoying. It was very annoying to us and we did not like it at all. They probably had good intentions. They probably just wanted to make a joke. They probably just wanted to have some fun. They probably thought that we were fine with it. They probably had really good intentions. But an intention can make an action bad. Intentions can make a good action bad, but intentions don't make a bad action good. So I want to talk to you about how you can become and how I can become, and how we all can become less annoying. The first step is you need to talk less. Usually, there are some cases where you can talk more. Like for example, I'm recording a YouTube video. I record YouTube videos. I can't just not say anything in the YouTube videos. I have to actually talk. I have to say stuff, not just sit down and say nothing, right? So there are cases where talking a lot is good. We're talking not excessively because that would be bad, but talking a lot is good in some cases. However, there are other cases where talking a lot is bad. For example, if you're with a group of friends, you shouldn't be like constantly talking, not letting anyone else talk. Pretty much, if you're in any scenario where you're with other people, you should let them talk more than you talk. You should not be the guy that constantly talks and does not let anyone else talk. Because the most annoying of people are those that talk the most. They might seem kind of unrelated, depending on how they're being annoying, but if you talk less, it also helps you become less annoying. This doesn't mean don't talk at all. Still talk, but less. And only if needed. And keep your words concise, but powerful. The next step is also you should usually talk quieter. Now I'm recording these YouTube videos, and already I can't keep your attention. You're thinking about something else. Most people have already clicked off the video. If I'm not going to talk loud, then if I'm just going to talk like this the entire video, people are going to click off. So in this case, I have to talk a little bit louder. However, in most cases, talking loud is not good. And it becomes a little bit annoying. These seem kind of unrelated to being annoying, right? But if you implement these, I promise you, you're going to become less annoying. Because people are annoying in two ways. In what they say and their actions. So these first two steps make you not annoying in what you say. So do not talk loudly, like I am doing right now. Instead, talk at a level where people can hear you, but at a modest and calm level. And this will definitely help you. Do you remember when I told you that there's two types of being annoying? I told you that like 2 seconds ago. So if you don't remember, then your memory is terrible or you're just not paying attention. So there's 2 types of being annoying, right? I mentioned saying things and also actions. As for actions, the third reason goes for actions. And this third way to stop being annoying goes for actions. Every time you're about to do an action, consider it. Is this a good action? Is this a bad action? How is this going to make other people feel? Does this action have any benefit to it? If the action, I mentioned this in my previous video as well. I believe it was my previous video. If an action has more good than bad, then you should do it. But if an action has more bad than good, then you should not do it. So consider your actions. And when you're weighing the good and bad of an action, put how annoying it's going to be to others in there, if it's an action that can annoy people. Because this can actually make people mad. If you're doing things that can annoy them, it can actually make people angry and think bad about you. Do you want that to happen? Being annoying has become very, very common. And I'm not gonna say that I'm free of being annoying. I've definitely had some times where I was annoying. But we need to try to reverse this. Because think about in your school, for example. If you live in a modern country, your school almost certainly has a good number of people that are very annoying. That pretty much they just spend their entire day in school and annoying people. So consider your speech and your actions. And do not act and do not speak regarding something that you have no knowledge about. This is very, very simple. If you don't know about something, then you shouldn't act on it and you shouldn't speak about it because you don't know about it. If someone asks you about it, you should just say, I don't know. Or just share the little knowledge that you do have. Or just share the little knowledge that you may have. However, we have to make sure in all speech, in all action, we are thinking about how this is going to affect others, how this is going to affect ourselves. And it's good and it's evil. So strive for good and stay away from evil. For certainly, those who stay away from evil, and those who do good, and those who call others away from evil and call others towards good, those are the best of humanity. Because your attention span's greater than a piece of charcoal, at least it probably is, and you were able to watch the video until here, I would like to congratulate you. And I'd like to give you something a little bit extra. People can think that you're annoying when you're not. However, if people are thinking that you're annoying, you almost certainly are annoying, even if you don't think that you are. Let me give an example. If you are trying to get a group of people to stop doing something bad, so you tell them to stop doing the bad thing, right? You say that it's bad for them. You say that they should stop doing it. If they think that you're annoying for saying that, then so what? Don't care about what they say. They're wrong. Just stop talking to them about it. And if they do the bad thing again and again and again, then you've already fulfilled your requirements to tell them not to do the bad thing. So don't keep telling them over and over again. But if you tell them to stop doing something bad once, and then they think that you're annoying because of that, then what is wrong with them? I'll tell you another story. Last year we had a trip with the 7th graders and 8th graders in my school. And some of the classes, some people from the classes, went to candy shops. And I was with them. And I was saying, no, candy is bad for you. And I was repeating it over and over again. I should have only just said it once and then just left them be. Or I already said it even before we went on the trip because I was really into candy is bad for you at that time. So I could have just said nothing. But I kept saying it over and over and over again, and that just became annoying. So we learned from this story that that advising people once is good. Advising people over and over and over again about something that you've already done before, and they already understand you, and they want evil. This is annoying for you to do. So do not do it, and instead try to fix the world in a non-annoying way. One of the major problems of this world is that people are annoying. Actually, let's change that. One of the not major but not minor problems of this world is that people are annoying. Maybe it is the minor problem. Okay, I don't know what I'm talking about. We're trying to fix the world is a system, and the system is broken, so it must be fixed.